Hello everybody and welcome to 1 Minute Album Reviews, because all you need to know is the gist. Today I'll be reviewing Television's Marquee Moon from 1977, suggested to me by Gapethony Asstano / Brian. I'm surprised at how rock and roll and lighthearted this feels. I guess, if a season could be compared to this album, it would be fall. Given its dark-looking cover art and the style of their contemporaries like Joy Division, I was expecting this to be a little bit more morose, but I'd say it's anything but. The cover should have been like warm colors like orange and brown. It's interesting to hear this too after hearing Violet Films or Clap Your Hands Say Yeah, which totally stole the singing style here by Tom Verlaine, which I guess could best be described as quirky, a style you'll find in old school punk and a lot of indie rock. Voice aside, I think the guitar work and rhythm section here is what steals the show, because it always seems to be moving and throwing out little solos here and there and changing things up. And guitarist Richard Lloyd claims Jimi Hendrix as a direct influence on this album, and I could totally see that. The only problem any of you might have is his voice. It might be an acquired taste, but considering how much it's been aped over the years, there might be a good chance you're already used to it, and I personally enjoy it. Highlights include Venus, Marquee Moon, Guiding Light, and Prove It. 52 seconds. Okay, so this doesn't pertain to the review as much as it pertains to music history, but what is interesting about this album is how when it came out during the whole punk scene in 77, solos were a no-no, because then you were getting into some progressive rock territory, and punk's whole deal was fuck progressive rock because they thought it was getting too fancy and pompous and straying away from a more pure rock and roll sound. So something like this is a slap in the face of that whole aesthetic, and really the only thing that might tie this to punk would be his voice, Tom Verlaine's voice, which you wouldn't find in progressive rock at the time. I guess that's why they called it post-punk, but the band never considered themselves as such, and I could see why. Thank you, Gapethony Asstano, for this suggestion. I love your name. Also, tomorrow, look out for the winner of this little competition to see who suggested the best album. I'm rooting for all of you, even though I already know the winner. All right. Later, guys.